So here we are over in the adjacent room, and what I'm going to do is demonstrate again what you're capable of doing. That's the basic breathing techniques to bring down. Again, check with your personal physician, make sure that breathing is okay for you, especially voluntary style breathing. And what we're going to do is a basic belly breathing. This is international as far as its practice goes, and it's one of the most natural ways to breathe. We start at birth and we forget to do it later on in life, especially as we start developing different postures and stressors and everything else. So at this point, what I want to do is just take you through the basic belly breathe techniques. Right? So before we do that, again, check with your physician, and I'm going to ask you to step with your left foot and just make sure that that's firmly placed against the floor, and then shift and step with your right foot and place that. So now balance out your weight so it's even on both feet, and tilt your pelvis a little bit forward. Relax, bend your knees a little bit, roll your shoulders back, and try to place your shoulders over top of your pelvis at this point, and then lift your head up so that your ears are located above your shoulders. So you really want, ideally, the tragus, which is this part of the ear, on top of the center of the shoulder. Well, I'll get into some of the other stuff later. And for right now though, just this posture right here, relaxing, let everything just kind of relax. And as you breathe in, it's a two-part breath in. So place one hand on your abdomen, the other hand on your chest for this exercise, just so that you get to experience it. As you breathe in through your nose, let your belly extend outward. And then after that first inhale a second time and expand the chest. So you're filling your body like you're filling a glass of water. And we're going to hold that breath in, and then we're going to exhale. From the top first, in reverse order of how you did it. Let the chest go in, and then the abdomen. So now we're going to do it under a time. So it's inhale through the nose, extend your belly, then 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and the chest, 5,000, and hold for 5,000. And then we're going to exhale through the mouth, lightly part your lips, emptying the chest first, and then the abdomen. And inhaling, stomach first, abdomen first, and then chest. Hold. Exhale. We'll try to exhale a little longer than the inhale or the hold. So as the chest collapses, save some air, let the abdomen collapse in. We'll try to make it into a 7-second exhale. 5 seconds in. Hold. Exhale. And again, inhale. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. That was a little fast, but hold. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5,000. Exhale. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Good. Breathing in again. Expand the belly. Filling the body. Hold it. Compress the air. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Expand. Hold it. Exhale. and relax. Good. So that's something that you can use over time. You'll start to find that you can use that same breathing technique. It's very basic, but you can do that to both increase your energy level as well as relax it, calm it down. So if you're feeling a little anxious, as you're focusing on that and you're visualizing, today again, we're taking it very simple. There'll be some visualizing that happens in the future, and we'll also expand on the quality of the breath as you're bringing it in, how to compress it down, move it through your body, and push energy. So you'll be able to increase your amount of energy, decrease your amount of energy, and if you get in a situation you can remember these things, you'll be able to apply it, right? This is the knowledge part, is the practice factor. You know, you get the experience as you build up, but knowing comes with the amount of experience that you get through the practice, the being and the doing, right? All right, so before I change over to something else, philosophy of Dr. Tom, one of many, is life is movement and youth is flexibility. So every day we want to try to express life. Life is movement. And you want to have a retention of youthfulness, right? So we replace cells every day, which means that you're virtually a young person, but yet we become old with gray hairs and all, scars on our bodies and such. So the idea is that as the cells are coming in or the cells are reproducing and being refreshed, renewed, yes, there's a certain amount of retention of life experiences that make it seem older, you know, the replication factor and all included. But we can also take into consideration that there's an epigenetic field or epigenetic aspect to the cells in their reproduction. So our internal and our external environments are going to play on the cell's division replication. So we want to do that and retain. But you also have to give it something to respond to as they develop. So it's the use it or lose it factor. You know, if you stress the muscle enough, it'll grow. Yeah? Well, why is it growing? I mean, it's always reproducing, but why would it grow versus atrophying? You know, so we have that where it's the stimulus that you put into it. So if you're thinking old, then your cells will replicate old. If you're thinking young, then your cells may replicate younger, right? We renew it through epigenetic and experiences, through its environment that we create with it, whether it be the foods we eat, the things we think, the way we feel emotionally, right? So as we're doing this, I'm just going to take us through the first aspect, and that is movement, right? So I'm going to start, and what I like to do is I have the movements that I'm going to demonstrate happen in a flow. Okay, so from this position here, starting from the top, we'll work our way down. So the very first thing is opening and closing your hands. Just open them as wide as you can, close them. Open, close them. Do that 7 times. Good. Now we're going to move into the wrists. So I want you to turn your palms towards you, turn your finger points down, move them outward so that the back of the hands now face each other, and come to where palms are facing forward. So palms face you, fingertips point down, back of the hands point towards each other, palms push away. And just do this 7 times, and then switch directions. Okay, now we're going to come into praying hands, right? So bring your palms together, heart level, and then open your hands outward and extend. And then come down to the bottom, come up, out, and down. So just keep this motion going. Do that 7 times, and then we're going to reverse the pattern, right? So as you do that, you want your elbows to come in, press down, come out. And the palms, you're going to press together and stretch the fingers as they're coming down. Okay, from there, going to bring your arms across your body. Now there's a significance as to why we're going to cross the body, but I want you to just do this for right now to work the shoulder blade, right? You're going to stretch across your body, stretching across, push the palm across to the far wall, let your palm push the floor, coming up and across the body like this. Then do the same with the other hand. So do that 7 times. Across, cross, across. Then we're going to reverse it. So now your palm's coming up, turn the palm to the back, bring it down, let the palm sweep forward, right? 7 times, each arm. Good. Reach behind, pull forward. So look as you go. So I'll slow it down. Turn your head to your shoulder. Take your shoulder back. Reach your hand back across your body towards the back wall. And then come forward. Do the same. Hands on your hips. Roll your hips 7 times in one direction. And what you want is this feeling of this motion happening inside the ball and socket joint of your hips. Right. And then go to the other side. Again, check with your physician, your personal physician, before doing this. I should emphasize that again. Next, come down to your knees, hands on your knees, and bend your knees and just kind of make a small circle. Put your knees in a very small circle, coming up just a little bit. Do the same with your ankle. Point your toe down, lift your heel up, and then just roll your ankle. So the heel goes down, goes in, comes up, just a little circle, and go the other way. 7 times each direction, and then do it with the other foot. So you're not going to do both feet at the same time, one foot and then the other, okay? This gets motion inside the joints. The reason that you want that is because, again, within the joints, they reproduce synovial fluids. That keeps them lubricated. You want to lubricate the joints, but you also put pressure to the cartilage that surrounds the joint, composes the joint. And that motion right there sends signals up to the brain, right? The stimulation sends a signal up to the brain. Brain says, oh, you're using it. Let me make sure that it's fully functional. We'll reproduce the cells in like fashion. Because if you're not using it, we'll just lay down calcium and make it rigid, brittle, and it'll crack and pop and do other things, you know. So as it degenerates. So we want to regenerate, not degenerate at this point. Okay. Any questions? No? That was easy. All right. And tomorrow we're going to add some more muscle contractions to this, so that now once you start the joints moving again, you're going to say, well, that was easy. I could do that. Yeah, great. So now you're not sitting at home and you're feeling all fatigued and like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym again. No. We're working inside for right now. So we're going to work from the inside out, and you got the breath going, you got the joints moving. Tomorrow we're going to start with some muscle contractions, and then we're going to amp it up. This is helping me as much as it helps you, only, you know, I'm helping you understand as I'm doing it too. So we're doing this all together.